What's going on, guys? Back here with the Winter Classic Grand Finals between me and Ragnar. Game 4 now. I won the last one to make the score 2-1, and so far everyone has won on the chimes where they pick the faction, not the matchup. So it's my turn to pick the matchup, so maybe Ragnar will have an advantage here. But we'll see. So I chose the matchup Pontus versus Numidia and Miss pretty interesting matchup. I really like this one, and I've tested it a lot, and there's some interesting things you can do with Numidia. I think Pontus is probably better if played properly, but definitely more micro-intensive to play with Pontus, so it's actually pretty close, and it's definitely a really dynamic matchup because of the jab-cab battle. That definitely is really important. But yeah, so let's get into it and see how it goes. Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of ways to play this with Pontus, but I don't really see a better army than what I've brought for Numidia necessarily. You know that your cav is going to be really, really shitty, but your advantage is definitely the jab cav. So I've brought 4 armored Numidian cav. These guys are probably the best, most cost-effective unit in the game. I would say they are very, very good. They're super fast, 41 missile damage, javelins, insane melee stats, like actually insane melee stats. I think Safado told me that if they get 2 volleys or 3 volleys on a Cappadocian cav and then charge, and then they do a charge, like these guys will actually beat the Cappadocian cav, and we know how good those guys are. So I brought 4 armored Numidian cav and only 2 armored desert cav. You need some cav, right, to stop charges and stuff, because you're not going to use these guys on the charge early in the game at least. So I have not gone completely without cav. I have 2 of these guys, really just fodder units, and I have 4 heavy Numidian skirmishers, including my general. The general options for Numidia are kind of shit. You can bring the Noble Numidian cav, the Jab cav, but for 1200, you're getting a unit that's only slightly better than these armored Numidians, so it doesn't really make too much sense, I would say. So I've just put him in a Peltas unit. He's going to be fairly safe there. These guys are really tanky. They have 41 damage. You don't really want to charge cav near them, especially with 4 of them nearby here. They're just going to get slaughtered. And if you shoot it, he's in kind of a looser formation, and that's kind of a waste of your ammo to shoot anyway. So, yep, my main line infantry here is 2 Numidian light infantry. These guys are like buffed up Celtic warriors. Actually quite a good unit. Pretty fast and decent stats as well. 28 charge, not bad for a cheaper unit. Then I have just 4 regular Desert Legions. Very strong and solid guys. I mean, they're not that good, but for a non-Rome faction to get Legions, it's pretty nice. Up front, I just have 4 Desert Vigiles. These guys are nice because they can go in a square and they will tank forever in that formation. Ragnar here has brought 4 of these regular Starvation Horse Archers, or Scythian Horse Archers. Very nice, obviously, good to counter my guys. But one thing to know about these guys, they're very, very slow. They have 8 speed. Numidians, these guys have like 12 or 14 base speed. I think they're a little slower because they have so much armor, but regular Numidians will catch these guys so fucking easily. It's not even close. So he has to stay far away. He's actually brought 2 Cappadocians all the way up here so that he can defend if I start chasing these guys, because in previous we had played this matchup before, and something I would be able to do is very successfully is chase down these kind of units and actually catch them really early in the battle. But by doing this with his Cappadocians, it's preventing me from doing that, and now I don't want to lose too many guys to his Horse Archers early in the game, obviously, because that's just wasting my cav. So I am just trying to sit back here. I get a nice javelin volley. You can see 1 javelin volley is so effective compared to anything he has, because they're just so light armor. But he's killing some of my guys and doing HP damage. And if he can keep these Horse Archers alive, I think that's probably the most important part of this this battle is, like, if you can not allow these Horse Archers to get caught, and instead you can just be sitting at range of the Numidian cav and just shooting them the whole game, that's a huge advantage. And obviously I'll be trying to catch them, but if his micro is on point, you can just retreat and shoot my guys when they chase. He'll be in a really good position because it'll really waste my Numidian cav, and I really need these guys to be like full health. You can see I'm just trying to juke these arrows, and pretty successful so far. Anyway, the rest of Ragnar's army, he has 4 Scythian Horse Archers. Up front he has 3 Hoplites, he has 3 Pontic Swords. I'm gonna lose to my Numidians, but it's not really, my Desert Legions, sorry. He also has 2 Celtics on the extreme flank, and he has 4 Cappadocians and a Pontic Royal Cav Gen with 3 Eastern Slingers. So, obviously Pontus is really gonna want to go cavalry. Here I made a play by going behind here. I definitely want my Numidian cav to be in behind, and here I can force him to stay back out of range of me by just juking. You can see I'm juking the arrows here. I'm taking a bit of losses, but this is worth it to go behind. Here I just go into square with my Desert Freezes. I'm just gonna avoid these hoplites like they were piping kind of. I don't really want to stand in front of them for too long because I want to be fighting on the flanks here so I can break through. And yeah, you can see he realizes this and he's gonna start moving his hoplites back. Here I'm gonna go charge the Celtic Warriors because fuck it, why not? And I just have my Peltas here, so if he tries to use his Cappadocians aggressively, I will just destroy them very easily. I'm willing to take all these Javelin Fire, lose 12 men, 15 men on the charge even, just destroy this Celtic Warrior, and I'll follow up with these Numidian Light Infantry, doing that on both flanks. Here my Desert Legions will finally go in and attack these hoplites because they're kind of wonky, and here I have enough legions to actually hit his Ponic Swords too. I definitely want to engage his Ponic Swords because I can destroy them very quickly, and if I engage 2 of his 3 hoplites, this is pretty good for me. While these Vigiles just watch this last hoplite, and this last Ponic Sword can come and engage, but I will just help destroy it. You can see my Peltas getting very aggressive here on the flanks. One thing is my Numidian Cav need to stay kind of good stamina, because if they get tired, they're going to be pretty useless. Here you can see my Peltas just destroying the Cappadocian Cav. That's just one thing, it's really hard to defend against these Peltas. They can just sit there and destroy stuff. Here I'm just kiting a little bit here. And I should have left the Numidian Cav a little more on this flank so I could just destroy these guys when he tries to chase. But here I'm willing to just take this fight because I see he's going to go for a rear charge here. I have a Vigile in here, probably shouldn't be there, shouldn't be sitting here. But now I'm just going to destroy this Cappadocian Cav because it's going to be caught in the rear here.
As you say.
And did do a lot of damage to my light infantry, but they should not route here probably. Meanwhile, see, I'm still trying to catch his Jav-Cav, but Ragnar's micro here is pretty good. And these Peltas are staying alive, which is nice with all these Vigiles to support. You can see my actual Cav itself is pretty much destroyed now. I mean, it's here, but it's just dying. Here he actually did route this Numidian Light Infantry, so that's a big win for him because he can now go into my Peltas and start destroying them. And I need to get them out of this fight. Meanwhile, his slingers are still alive, but I am routing everything on this flank pretty easily with these Jav-Cav. 60 men and 51, so still pretty healthy. Here I caught this Cappadocian Cav, really, it was like 5 men, so I just went and destroyed it. But you can see my armored Numidian Cav are starting to lose men, and they're very tired over here, and over here, they're winded. So I winded and fresh, I did use second wind on this guy. Now I'm going to go kill his slingers because he has no Cav defending them. But at the same time, he is going to kill off a couple of my Peltas, which had ammo still, so that's a big loss. Meanwhile, though, I am able to snipe his general pretty much here. I mean, not kill him completely, but make him really weak. And if he wants to engage here, this will be good for me. I don't want to take it yet because he has infantry nearby. So I will have to accept a few losses from his vocab on the charge here. But since he had so many of his own slingers here, most of my Cav got out in time. Over here, this Cappadocian Cav is chilling in a recharge here, and he's going to start winning this fight pretty easily. Here I go into square to avoid this charge, but I will catch some of his men here, which is nice. Yep, they stopped just before hitting the guy, which is nice. But yeah, you can see his general has just... No, hasn't died, but this horse archer is low. But I have not been able to kill any of them. So he still have tons of ammo, obviously, and they're going to be shooting me. Here I get a nice javelin volley. I need to kill as many as I can, but I also need to kill his general. Here I got a nice javelin volley with my Peltas. And you can see I'm just faking recharges here, going after his general, because once his general dies, everything will route very easily, except for his Cappadocians, which are disciplined. But I'm definitely winning the infantry fight, but here he has a full Ponic Sword, pretty much. That's just going to finish off this Desert Legionnaire. I'm going to get a nice rear charge, though, and his general is finally going down to all this javelin fire. I mean, you would expect such a thing. But he does have Cappadocians that are full health here, and he has all his force archers. You can see they are a little scared right now because the general just died, and you can see that's really affecting the morale of his Celtics, and these Cappadocians as well, because this heavy Numidian skirmisher is actually going to kill them all off, but you will bring in support with his other Cappadocians to kill everything here, which is nice. So you can see it's basically I have good infantry on this flank, my Peltas still have a bit of ammo, and my Numidians are still alive here, but his Ponic Swords have stabilized now because the general recently died penalty has gone away. This is not good for me. I really wanted to route a lot of stuff here, but you can see he still has a lot of infantry left on the field here, and my infantry is starting to dwindle, taking fire, taking recharges from Cappadocians and stuff. We'll do that. I do lose this guy, but I sacrifice him to like shoot him with these Peltas. And I really need to rest my units here. Exhausted. This guy has new second wind, so he's active, but when these guys are exhausted, they're really ineffective. And here you can see his Cappadocian Cav, which is a beast moding. I do have these Vigiles here, and these two Numidian Cav are doing well. My Peltas moving very good. You can see I'm using them here to just recharge this hoplite, and that will really scare them when they're attacking the rear general instead. And these Peltas are fresh, or active, and these guys are starting to get tired. Battle rhythm on this Legionnaire, trying to make it more effective. But the problem is his Cappadocians are still quite healthy, and this blob of infantry is not going to go down easily. So he has 2 Ponic Swords and a hoplite alive still. My Peltas though will be doing probably good damage here. I think I charged in my new minion cav. I did try to get a route on this Politics Swords. They don't have the best morale. I'm trying to arrest this guy over here out of the battle. Don't want his horse archers to be able to shoot them, while I use these two cav to finish over there. Here my general gets in a good fight here with his Cappadocians, trying to chase off my minion cav. And these guys I don't think have much ammo left. But you can see he wasn't able to kill that many guys, even on the charge with the Cappadocians. And here I'm still resting, very tired, but now I will have to run away because Cappadocians kill it. This Legionnaire does survive, and now I'm actually winning in this fight because his hoplites are just low morale. I'm trying to come and attack these legions, actually start getting attacked in the room. These Politics Swords are low in numbers, and these heavy minion skirmishers are really doing good damage. Finally, I'm deciding to bring these guys back into the fight. I think my second win is close to ready on my general. And you can see he's just shooting my gen, which is totally fine for me here. I mean, they will die, but not very fast. And this infantry fight is turning into my favor because these Vigiles and Desert Skirmishers were pretty untouched so far. Trying to come with this Cappadocian cap, and he hits some routing units over here or something. So he's just gonna pull out. But his Cappadocians are very healthy here, and it's gonna be tough to kill them. So I did second win this cav unit, so now it's fresh, which is very nice, and it'll be a huge problem for him because these guys are very effective. Sure, I wanted to just come and kill these Cappadocians while they're engaged on my Desert Legion, but they are still in the route. 20 men here and 38 here, so he has a decent amount. My Vigiles actually do win. Now his hoplites are all routing, but he does have 2 horse archers here and 2 Cappadocians. They are close to routing, but they are very tired, so if you can just pull out and rest, which you will be able to, obviously. Maybe I should just chase here, but only 20 Numidians alive here. It's going to be very tough to do anything with that. His Cappadocians will easily slaughter them. And he has ammo left in his horse archers, so we can just skip here. I really kind of made a big mistake here. I know he's trying to shoot my Jav cav, but by running around like this with all my units, they're just getting tired, and he's just resting completely here. So I really should have just stood still and just dodged with one unit, with the Jav cav, just dodged the arrows. But instead of doing that, I sort of messed up here. This was kind of stupid. I mean, you can see like this unit's now tired, this guy's winded, going to be tired soon, and this Jav cav is also getting tired because it's just running around purposefully, without purpose, more accurately. So now he says, well, okay, my Cappadocians are active now, so in a sec they'll be fresh, and my guys are now fucking winded, very tired. Like, this is terrible. Winded on this cav, which I just second winded, so this is really bad for me. And I really should have just stood here and just dodged with my Jav cav in second winded. Goes in for a charge here. I maybe should have gone into the square, but it was fine. I was willing to take this sacrifice so I could charge in here, and these Numidians won't route easily, and this charge will be very bad for his Cappadocians. Well, in the end it was okay, but he was able to pull out his Cappadocians, which is nice. These Numidians are down to 16 men. I did second win them, so they're fresh. Like, you can see, these guys are very tired, so they're only fighting at like 60% of their capacity, which is going to make them not very effective. And these Cappadocians are very healthy over here, 30 men. Horse archers obviously are just going to route, but they're on the ammo, so it doesn't really matter. They can just ping down my guys for the Cappadocians. Here I did pull out my Jav cav. I really want my general, but these guys are just dying. Instead of killing shit, which they should be, they're just dying. Here, go for a nice rear charge. But the horse archer is going to come in here and actually do a lot of morale damage on the rear charge here. Cappadocians are routing, but there's still 25 men in this unit, and I only have 50 men. So if this guy was full strength, he would not be dying this fast. Full stamina, I should say, not full strength, obviously. That would help as well, but yeah, and that's really the killer blow here. So really close battle in the end, but these Numidians are going to rout, and these Cappadocians are still quite healthy, with 25 men between them. So my general will not be able to withstand both of them, obviously, with the horse archer also providing a charge. Yeah. So really close game. Epic battle, honestly, it was a lot of fun. But Ragnar managed to like keep his horse archers alive long enough to do good damage to my Jav cav, and you can see they really didn't get that many good kills. My swords were good, but in the end, he obviously had way more swords than me, and cav. And the cav, you can see the Cappadocians were absolutely brilliant in this battle. One of them got fucked by my Peltis early, but the rest of them that survived just did massive damage. And obviously, my infantry is never really gonna win because he has so much cav, right? He's gonna be able to rear charge. He has hoplites as well. They didn't really do that well. Kind of routed easily at the end too. Slingers got caught. I don't know if bringing slingers is really the play, but they did force me to pay attention to other things and force me to rush as well. So that's kind of nice. Celtic got charged, but still got decent kills, actually. You wouldn't really expect them to get such good kills. But yeah, they did well. Horse archers did really well, especially these two that survived and used pretty much all their ammo was used on my cav. So you think about it that way, these kills are insane. On my side of things, Vigilantes are fine. I mean, they kind of get smashed most of the time, but some of them survived and just did anti-cap stuff. These new Vigilant Light Infantry really underperformed considering they got free charges, but they did countercharge and recharge them. So I think they were never going to do too well. But I really was expecting them to do a bit better there. My cat got absolutely destroyed, but these guys have no chance against cap editions, so I just used them to gain me a little bit of an edge in the infantry fight. Beltis did really well, killed a lot of stuff, but in the end, not enough, especially because I was messing around with the stamina at the end a little poorly there. Anyway, guys, 2-2 now, so 3 games to go, potentially. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.